Good morning and welcome to CCC News local podcast coming live from the Mid-Columbia here this morning on March 6, 2025. Today we're diving deep into the Pacific Crest Trail. We've got a couple of hikers here to tell us a little bit about it after they decided to take on this monumental quest from the border of Mexico to Canada. You guys are headed on a big odyssey here today, and I've got Jensen Douillard and Celia Peterson. Hey guys, how's it going this morning?
Good, Tom. How are you?
Yeah, great. Excellent. Thanks for coming and sharing with us today. This is a really, really cool thing. So how old are you guys?
I'm 24, turning 25 in May.
Yeah,
Great.
and I'm about to turn 24.
Wow, very good. And so this Odyssey, you start on April 8th. And tell us a little bit how you came to the conclusion to take on such a kind of a major undertaking, traveling 2,650 miles by foot.
I don't know. We met like a year and a half ago, and Jensen had kind of mentioned to me that he was like had been thinking about doing the PCT one day. And my sister, Emily, who she did it 3 years ago, and she just like had a life-changing time hiking and was pretty inspiring about it. Like, you know, you should do it. And so like meeting Jensen and having him, you know, be kind of interested in doing it, having each other, I think we were just like, let's just do it. Screw it.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Awesome. Well, and so you guys are doing what currently? Where are you at right now?
We're both in Portland, just working. I work at the Mac Club, just working for a couple more weeks, and then we're about to, you know, pack up our whole lives, our apartments, and live out of a backpack.
Wow.
So,
Wild.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so you guys are getting ready to just do a 180 shift on how you're living and everything. Well, how are people responding to that? Like when you're telling them what you're up to, it must be interesting how people feel about it because it's pretty unique. Not a lot of people do this. Maybe 3,000 people a year try to take this adventure.
Yeah, I think it's like there's like two responses that you kind of get usually, and it's one being, "Oh my God, that's so cool!" Like, congrats, and it's amazing. And then there's some people that are like, "Are you sure? that's a long way." And you're like, "Oh yeah, I do." It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's either one of those two.
And then a lot of people also ask like, have you been training? Like, how much have you been training for this? I'm like, I don't know. Not like too much, but just, you know, we're going to work our way up to where we need to be.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, where do you even need to be? Like, what are you looking at on an average day of hiking on the PCT?
I think eventually you get up to hiking around 20 miles a day, like on average.
Okay.
But that is not where we're going to start out, like at all.
Yeah.
My plan is to start pretty slow and listen to my body and what is feeling good and working my way up to getting to like where I need to be able to finish in the right amount of time. But
it'll probably be around like a little less than 10 a day.
in the beginning, yeah.
And then work our way
until
up.
we get our trail legs, I guess.
Right. CCC News offers ads for budgets of any size, ranging from mom and pops just starting out to a well-established business with decades of work in our area. Get in front of our 100,000 unique readers every month with your goods and service at just the time they are looking for your help. We can tailor your advertising to suit you and your budget to increase your business while not breaking the bank. Contact me, Tom Peterson, at tom@cccnews.com to see what works for you, or call me at 541-980-2756. Again, that's 541-980-2756. CCCnews.com, working for you 24/7, all local, all the time in the Mid-Columbia. I know you guys have been training, like I've gone out and we've done some hikes together and things like that. And from what I understand, it's getting used to that pack. How much weight are you guys carrying on a daily run like that?
The base weight is going to be around like 12 to 15 pounds.
Okay.
Not counting food or water. And then it kind of doubles.
Doubles with the food and water, especially in the desert when the water sources are fewer. Mm-hmm. So you're carrying more weight and water.
I see.
In the beginning.
Yeah. And then what about that golf club to ward off bears?
No.
That's another question that gets.
That is a major question. Like, yeah, like what weapons are you bringing? Or like, what are you going to do when there's a bear? It's like.
Act big.
You know,
Big.
black bears are pretty scared of humans. So
yeah,
they're not like too much of a threat.
Right. Huh.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's rare.
Okay.
Well, I believe Emily ran into, at least from a far distance, saw a few on her track. So it's expected, right?
Yes.
It's likely that you will run across a bear.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not at close range, but it's definitely, part of the experience, I guess, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you had anybody say, "Hey, you shouldn't do this"?
Oh no.
Yeah, but just like one of my coworkers, she's like, "Don't do it." She's like, so like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? But
Oh, that's hilarious.
she means well. She means it in a nice way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just not the average. Most people do not do this. It's kind of it's a pretty unique thing, a pretty big undertaking. Yeah. So it sounds like you've got most of your equipment. So where are you guys at right now? You're like packing up and getting ready. When do you fly out? And tell me again what day you start? It's on the.
We're starting on the 8th, April 8th. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in just this kind of major transition mode right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've got pretty much just a handful of things to get left. But we have everything on the floor right now in our living room and just a couple things that we need.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
Basically just like going through like our belongings, getting rid of stuff so our move is easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll just be like moving out of our apartments and then
moving into our backpack.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, we'll fly out on the 7th to San Diego, and then we'll spend the night, and then there's a shuttle that takes you to the trailhead.
Oh, interesting.
At the border, so.
Yeah, and I would guess that there is going to be just a ton of meeting of new people and that kind of thing. Like, that's probably kind of exciting to see,
some like-minded people, probably some strange people.
Yeah.
But
well, I think the community is just supposed to be like amazing because it's like you're just around like-minded people, and with the like rare that you're around so many people who have the same goal. Like same ultimate goal and the same thing that you're doing every day, and you're just like having this like completely shared experience with this large group of people.
Yeah.
Which I think is like pretty amazing. You just probably always have something to talk about, right? No, never awkward.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm excited for that part, meeting new people and just like in a completely different way than I ever have before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Emily said this thing to me early on this year that made me even want to do it more. Is just when you're out there on your own and you don't talk to anyone for days, it's like really awesome running into someone. It's like it makes those things like much more sweet, and like a lot of the times I like avoid communicating with people, but then like having that flip kind of perspective is pretty awesome. So I'm excited for that.
Well, thanks for being here today in that regard too, because it's kind of putting the focus on everybody. But I think this is just so fascinating. We should talk about it. And so when you're out doing this, when you're roughing it, are you guys? What's the time you're expecting to be out on the trail?
Around 5 months.
5 months.
5 to 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you sleeping like? Are you out there the whole time on the trail, like just outdoors camping and no showers, no nothing, or how does that all work?
I mean, for the most part, yeah. But I mean, you got to shower every once in a while. And then, every so often you want to sleep in a bed too. So just depending on, I think it just depends on like how much you're willing to spend and, you know, like on a hotel or a hostel, and how much extra time you want to weigh, like how much time you're going to be out there versus, you know, like, because you don't really want to finish before after October. So that's a time constraint, but yeah, you have to take a 0 day.
So Mother Nature kind of sets a dedeline for you. Is that,
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
For the snow, it's tricky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're going to end, we end in Canada, right? Or can you still cross the border to Canada at this point? Or I'm not sure.
So.
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to.
It's a
Hearts Pass.
Hearts Pass. Okay, up in northern Washington, then over into Canada.
But there's not a road from the Canada, like the terminus there. Mm-hmm. So you have to hike back 30 miles. I think it's 20 or 30 miles. So you hike that 20, I think it's 30 miles to the terminus where, you know, like you see all the pictures with the things. And then, but you're not really done once you get there because there's no road to like hitch out of. So you have to hike back 30 miles to get to the nearest road to get picked up.
Right.
We're usually.
But unless you like go into Canada, which you're not supposed to.
Yeah. And I think that's just like 10 miles more or something like that to the next road.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
But we'll see. Hopefully we make it there, but no promises.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's a big part of this, right? Is the unknown.
Totally.
Like you're just kind of diving in and gonna see what happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that kind of thrilling? Do you feel more alive?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love change like that. And it's such a big leap into something that's pretty crazy. So,
yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. I don't think I'm trying to like not have too many expectations like for myself and for the trail. Just like I'm just wanting to like have a different pace of life and wanting to like completely. I'm tired of working and like being, you know, in my apartment, and I'm ready for something different. But I'm also not going to be disappointed in myself if, you know, I don't make it to the end. Right. I'm wanting an experience and just something different. So
yeah.
Do you like what you're hearing? Then sponsor the next podcast here on CCC News. We could put your business front and center in thousands of people's ears as we dive into the latest podcast affecting our local communities here in the Mid-Columbia. Now reaching more than 100,000 unique readers monthly, and we are continuing to grow our following. Interested? Reach out to us at cccnews.com or give us a call at 541-980-2756.
What's that number again, Josh?
541-980-2756.
Yeah, it's just such an alternative to the daily, you know, lifestyle in modern society where so many things are kind of pre-decided or, you know, the chances of completing the mission, you get to the grocery store and getting back, right? Like it's not quite the same as, well, I got to see if I can make it to Mount McKinley, you know, in this run, or I believe like when you're doing this too, that you kind of got to stage your food and figure out how to make it to the next location to get more water, or there's just all these different challenges. It's just it's super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, completely different set of decisions that you're making versus like the decisions that I'm making right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like basic necessities to keep on going.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's like way more complicated, but also like way simpler too.
Yeah.
Right. Because like you're doing a lot of logistics planning, but then like at the end of the day, like you're just walking,
right,
you know, on a trail, on a path. Like that's what you're doing every day. Wow. That's your job. So
pretty excited.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So you're giving away all your furniture and doing stuff like that these days?
Yeah. Taking pictures. Facebook Marketplace.
Very good. Do you have any plans to meet people along the way? Are you going to have family or anything kind of come through, or what? How do you kind of work that out? I suppose people want to come and see it maybe while you're hiking.
Yeah, there's a few people from my family that want to meet us out in Northern California and then in Washington. my parents, and then my older sister and her boyfriend.
Yeah, great point. I forgot, Jensen, and you're from
Colorado.
Yeah, right.
Colorado.
So you guys have both kind of been hiking on and off your whole lives.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Jensen a lot, and when you were younger, yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to this camp up in the Rocky Mountains. It's called Chile Auto Camps, and it's a whole like mountaineering camp, and you can go horseback riding and do a whole bunch of stuff. And I was just backpacking all the time.
I'm glad to hear that. That gives me no, seriously, that's great, because that's a big confidence builder, and you have a pretty good idea what to expect. So
yeah, it definitely like started my love for the outdoors and why I love being out there. And I definitely wouldn't want to be doing this if I didn't have that experience.
Right.
So it's great for you.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
you're awesome.
I definitely put a lot on Emily for inspiration, but yeah, I think it's going to be awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. So not only you're hiking out there, are you taking a tent or okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, splitting up the tent.
Yeah. We got a 2-person tent, but then we each have our own sleeping pad and sleeping bag. So yeah, we'll see how that works out, but I think it'll be good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty roomy. It's only 1 pound.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just 16 ounces for the whole tent.
Yeah.
Huh? Does that have the poles in it and everything? Wow.
Yeah, poles.
Wow. Super light. What? I hate to ask, but what does something like that cost?
We got a good deal.
It was on sale at REI. I think it was like, was it 400
It was 400.
originally?
then
So it was like 350 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can get ones that are like $700 and maybe in less than a pound, right?
Wow.
So it just
Yeah,
depends on
crazy.
like what you're willing to pay for,
Yeah.
or how much you're willing to carry too. Like,
Yeah.
but
Hey, Josh, have you heard of downtownthedalles.org?
I haven't. Who are they?
Well, it's part of the Dalles Main Street. They have a new website to connect you to local retailers, neighbors, and friends in the downtown business core. It's downtownthedalles.org. Again, that's downtownthedalles.org. The website offers an A to Z listing of our neighbors and friends for all sorts of retail and service businesses here in the Dalles. Restaurants, florists, fun and exciting retail, music, antiques, clothes, and more. It's all here. Experience the magic of downtown the Dalles. Brought to you by the Dalles Main Street, uplifting businesses through promotional events, improvements, grants, and networking.
What was that website one more time?
That's downtownthedalles.org. Well, okay, so that covers sleeping, and then obviously you're gonna be eating on the trail. What kind of things do you eat when you're hiking on the trail? Or do you plan to eat?
I mean, yeah, we're gonna have. I mean, planning it out, but I don't really like. It's hard to know what I'm gonna like on the trail, but
A lot of potatoes.
yeah, instant mashed potatoes is
Yeah.
the big thing. A lot of ramen, I think.
Budget-friendly items.
Yeah,
Yep,
exactly. Like the cheapest thing for the most calories that also like doesn't weigh very much. So tuna packets,
Yeah.
granola bars, candy bars,
Yeah.
chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of people like taking like a bag of potato chips because they're so high in calories, right? Like a whole bag of chips, and then they open it
Yeah.
and then they smash them to bits
Yes.
for saving space, right?
Oh.
Emily said she would do that because you buy 2 bags of chips, you smash up one, put it in a Ziploc bag, and then you keep your other like full chip size, and then you can just either eat the chips like with a spoon, or you can sprinkle them on top of everything for a little crunch. That's what she
Yeah,
said.
I'd put them on like mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Get some crunch in
For
there.
a texture difference.
Gourmand, the gourmand hiker. I love it. Oh, so
But
funny.
she said that it's like
creative.
the chips are like an important part. You like kind of need for like textural differences because she said you can, one time she didn't have chips for like however long a stretch, and she was just like only eating like mushy, like soft things, and she's like, I can't. You need the crunch. You need something with the crunch.
Something crunchy.
Yeah. Yeah,
My favorite thing.
totally.
Fascinating. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll end up eating some weird stuff.
Awesome. Well, hey, and then there's always the bodily function thing, right, on the trail. So
Oh, yeah.
there are special tools and stuff, I suppose, for that. Or
Yeah.
Yep. Just a shovel, and you pack in or you pack out your toilet paper.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a whole system of like getting 2 Ziploc bags, and so there's no poop on your hands to grab your toilet paper, and you throw it away at the next stop.
Pretty important when you're sharing the trail with 3,000 other people too.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
you know,
Totally.
you're going to be good about that, and other people are too, because who wants to run into it? So,
Leave no trace.
yeah,
type
leave no trace hike.
stuff.
It would
Yeah.
get really gross really fast.
Yeah.
For sure, it would.
So terrible.
Cholera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Well, what a fantastic and exciting adventure! I can't wait to be following you guys. These guys, just for our listeners, let you know, we're going to be following them and posting stories as they make their progress. We're wishing them the best, and it's going to be an exciting story. And whatever happens out there, just take away, right, the adventure of it and the experience.
Yeah.
And best of luck to both of you. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah.
you.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Happy trails, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, Josh, did you know that we are funded by our readers in large part?
I did know that, but please tell me more.
Yeah, it's our local readers here that make it possible for us to go out and gather news on local businesses and important issues in our community. And so we need people to support local news. Did you know you can make a difference in our community's economy and culture by supporting local journalism? I bet you did. But maybe you out there don't. And so you should visit our Support Us page at CCCnews.com to subscribe to a monthly donation to keep news local and start making a difference in our community today. Again, that's CCCnews.com.
And remember, CCC News is available for everyone and funded by readers.